The Immortal John Hancock here with a fun video. I got some great news. 3 new Atari 2600 prototypes have been found and dumped. These games weren't known about, and a good friend of mine, Ianoid, dumped these on AtariAge, and you know what? That's awesome. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing these games with you, gameplay, comparing them a little bit to the arcade releases, if there was an arcade equivalent, and also showing you an obscure console, the Emerson Arcadia 2001. A little bit of gameplay. I had some control issues in an emulator, but anyways, really excited about sharing these games with you. They just came out of nowhere. And you know what? Thanks to Ianoid for offering these to the community. And the link is below where you can check these out for yourself. So, awesome. New 2600 games. Sit back, relax. Here we go. So here's the Arcadia 2001. This was a fairly obscure console that came out in '82. Several different names across different regions and countries. I did a video, I think 8 or 9 years ago. Here's a clip of it. I'll put a link in below. Pretty crude, but show what the cartridges looked like and gameplay. And you know what? The color scheme on the console was a lot like the original Intellivision. Had a screw-in joystick. So the controllers look like an Intellivision disc, but then you could control them by screwing in a little joystick. Different settings on the console itself. 47 games across different regions. Some didn't appear in the US. But here is Hobo. Again, as I mentioned before, I had some control issues. Just wanted to show what the graphics look like of an Arcadia 2001. Kind of a cross between several other classic consoles, a little bit of ZX Spectrum, maybe a little bit of ColecoVision. But here is the recently found 2600 version. 3 different screens. Starts out with kind of like a freeway or Frogger style where you're trying to get across to the other side. There's 3 different screens. Each screen is alright, but you know what? A fun little game. And you know what? It wasn't known about. So really cool to see this. Second game, it's a kind of more of a platform, Donkey Kong style screen where you're getting to the top and you're avoiding people left and right. And it definitely has that Donkey Kong look. But you know what? I couldn't get past this screen. There is a third screen, and there's more information on AtariProtos.com. I'll put the link below for that. But yeah, pretty sweet little game found. Awesome to see these discovered and offered to the community. Thank you, Ianoid. Next up is R2D Tank, and this is an arcade game, original release. And I'm playing it on an emulator here, and so it's kind of a cross between maybe Pac-Man, a little bit of Solar Storm, and you're avoiding tanks and then shooting them. So yeah, you know, simplistic arcade game. There was lots of these types of games offered in the arcades. This is a fairly obscure release. Now you can go reverse in the arcade, but the 2600 version you can't. But I'm going to show a little bit of the arcade release, like here it is. And then I'm going to show you the Arcadia 2001 version. So this is a fairly obscure game and console, and it's just nice. I wanted to share it with you as I like covering that stuff on my channel. Here is the 2600 version, and you know, it offers a pretty close offering of the arcade. You know, the gameplay has been simplified a bit and graphics, but not bad. Especially for a brand new game, you know. Now there was 3 other releases from this company, and those have already been dumped. But on the link to the AtariAge forum, it talks about those 3 releases, and those three releases are Cat Tracks, Funky Fish, and Pleiades. So for the total of 6 unreleased games. Now the reason why these probably weren't offered in the Atari 2600 market is the release time. It was around the video game crash. There was too much software, and software was being clearanced out everywhere. It just wasn't a good time to release games on a flooded game market. So they weren't released, but they look complete. So really cool to see this as you know what, I always enjoy sharing with you new 2600 prototypes that have been found. I can't believe 2024, over 40 years have passed, and you know what, awesome. All right, here's Spiders. This is the arcade release, and this is kind of a take on Centipede or several other games that are like that. And here it is. And so I wanted to share kind of the arcade release. And you know what, I kind of like this game. Where, you know, these spider webs grow and these spiders come down and attack you. I like this arcade game, and you know what, I didn't have any experience with this growing up. This is just something I recently played. I like it. Definitely, I think there's a handheld version of this as well. But I do believe the Emerson Arcadia 2001 is one of the only console releases of it. But there is a handheld version. And so here is the Arcadia 2001 version. And this console, by the way, was offered in the States from Emerson Radio. And so, just side fact for that. And graphics look okay. I wish I would have been able to play this on emulator, as I was having a control issue. All right, here's the 2600 version. A lot of flicker, but you know what? It's pretty good. You know what? I like what they've done here. It does have that kind of like, you know, demon attack / centipede kind of take on fast arcade gameplay. I prefer the arcade version, but you know what? It looks complete, and it's nice to see a new game that you can check out. I can't believe they're still finding prototypes for the 2600. It's just amazing what's out there, and just a huge thanks to all parties involved with this. I want to thank Atari Protos for offering a great write-up on these, as well as Ianoid, who's sharing this with the community. I want to thank him, good friend and nice guy. Anyways, here's the gameplay, and of the three shown today, what do you think? What is your favorite? Definitely in the comments below, let me know. I enjoyed putting this video together and love sharing obscure games and protos with you. Also, there's a lot more information about these prototypes on AtariProtos.com. Good friend of mine, Tempest, who is also a moderator on AtariAge. You can go there where you can find out a lot more information. Also has box art, and you know, this is amazing that these have been found in 2024. Holy cow! Super excited about sharing these. And what did you think? What was your favorite game that you saw today? In the comments below, let me know. And if you're new to my channel, you may want to consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.